collection. My name is Melina Hansen, and I'm one of the business development executives with Railbookers, and I will be your host today. I will spend some time explaining who we are, what we do, and our new premier collection. Most importantly, I will discuss some of the advantages that you have by booking through Railbookers, which isn't available anywhere else in the marketplace today. Now, before we get started, if you have a pen and paper handy, please take note of our reservations telephone number at the bottom of your screen, along with our website. Don't forget to download your customizable flyers and other helpful handouts if you have any questions throughout this presentation. Please put them in the question box below, and I will provide you all an answer at the end of this presentation. Now, let me tell you a little bit about us first before we get started. Yankee Holidays was our first brand, established 46 years ago in 1972. In 2007, Yankee Leisure Group was formed as we were managing multiple brands. But today we have three distinct brands: Yankee Holidays, Amtrak Vacations, and Railbookers. You could almost think of it as 5 brands when you consider our Via Rail Vacations and Eurostar Vacations by Railbookers. Respectively, we have had some good fortune. Every year has been our best year ever for the past 6 years. That includes this year, as we are experiencing double-digit growth in 2020, making this our new best year ever. Just 8 years ago, Yankee Leisure Group was based solely in the Boston area. Today, we have offices in Southern California, London, Beverly, Massachusetts, Toronto, Canada, and Sydney, Australia. Railbookers has been servicing the UK and Australian markets since 2003, but we just introduced Railbookers to the US market at the end of 2017 and to the Canadian market in 2019. Now, all of these brochures on the screen, you can order these by giving us a call into our reservations line, that number at the bottom there. And you can also request them online if you'd like to have any materials in your possession with some of our most popular packages in each of these destinations. So why book and travel with Railbookers, you may ask? We're going to just spend a couple minutes on a few of the main points on why it's so easy to travel with Railbookers. When you're traveling, you'll have 24-hour around-the-clock support from all of our global offices. As I said, we have 5 different locations. So there's going to be somebody available at any point during the day to talk with you if you are having any difficulties while traveling. And we really take that mystery out of all of the rail segments for you. If you see all these colors on the screen, they each represent a different high-speed rail line in Europe, and none of these talk to each other. As a rail expert operator, we know exactly where the trains go and the best routes to recommend for you. And we can access the scheduling and fares farther out than anyone else in the industry today, 24 months to be exact. Now, Via Rail Vacations by Railbookers makes traveling through Canada by rail easy. With our direct partnership with Via Rail, we get exclusive access over a year before it is released to the public. So if you're looking at doing that prestige dream, that dream vacation, doing the prestige cabin going across Canada from Vancouver to Toronto, one of our most popular packages, we are able to book that up to 24 months out for you with guaranteed scheduling and pricing. And that way, if it is really one of those dream bucket list vacations, you can make those payments to make your dream a reality. Now, since we do have rail partnerships with all of these different operators, they gave us this insider access to the rail schedules and pricing so that you never have to worry about any of your rail segments while you are traveling. Once all of your itinerary is confirmed and locked in, we'll be able to guarantee you that space and that pricing will never increase any of the fares or any of your vacation itinerary. It will be the same once we have a deposit on the booking. Now, what else does Railbookers offer? So we're basically a one-stop shop booking experience for you and an easy way to travel to all of your most favorite destinations. Like any vacation package you have booked in the past, our packages include everything from the rail transportation, the hotel accommodation, sightseeing tours, transfers, and more. Instead of taking a couple hours or maybe even days to book all of these different components for yourself and doing all of the research yourself, you could just pick up the phone and we can give you an instant quote on the same itinerary in a matter of a few minutes. It's really that simple. All you have to do is pick up your phone and we could give you a quote on that dream itinerary that you're looking to do. And what's nice about our packages are all of our hotel properties range from 3 to 5 stars, so we can really cater towards exactly what you're looking for. Now, before we go into our new premier itineraries, let's talk about what life is like on board the rail in Europe. Many European trains are similar in that they have generally standard and first class options. Standard class is in a 2x2 configuration with outlets at the seat. And but first class actually provides more legroom and is in a 2x1 configuration seating. That provides a quieter experience as there are fewer people in those cars. First class often includes a light meal or snack as well. Most trains in Europe run punctually and often, and with Railbookers, our rail experts suggest the best routes and times to fit your customers' travels or your own travels. We also always include a seat reservation wherever possible, guaranteeing you a comfortable journey on board. Now, we get a lot of questions about luggage as well. It is usually stored above the seats, similar to an airplane, or at the end of the car on some luggage racks. So different from an airplane, there are no luggage restrictions on most of the trains. However, you are responsible to bring your luggage on and off of the train. So that's definitely something you'll want to keep in mind while you're traveling in Europe. Many trains also include a cafe car where snacks, light meals, and beverages can be purchased while on board. A lot of the train stations in Europe have English translations as well, and they're pretty easy and straightforward to navigate. They all have information desks that are also ready to assist if you have any questions while you're in any of these stations. Or you, as I said, give us a call. We'll be happy to help while you're traveling. Now, moving on to luxury rail travel. These trains are definitely bucket list itinerary vacations. So as you can see, I spoke earlier on the Via Rail Prestige cabin, including a concierge, 24-hour service, heated walls and floors. You have a large panoramic window and your own access to your own bar cart, specifically for the people in the Prestige cabin. This is very popular, and you could partner that along with the Rocky Mountaineer in either gold leaf or silver leaf. Very popular itinerary is going to be the Circle of the Canadian Rockies that we sell. It's one of our most popular packages that includes the Rocky Mountaineer as well as the Prestige cabin on the Via Rail. So you can get both of those luxury experiences in one trip. The Venice Simplon Orient Express as well, going from Venice to Paris or Venice to London or vice versa. A very popular bucket list experience. You might be familiar with the movie The Murder on the Orient Express. That movie was actually based on this train. So a lot of fun history there. But all we need to book any of these itineraries is a deposit to book them 24 months out. And you can make payments up to 90 days out to make your bucket list experience a reality. So I know these do sometimes cost a little bit more than you're used to spending on a vacation. However, you can make payments up to 90 days when full payment is due, the farther you book out. Definitely a more economical option for you. Now, when you pick up the phone and give us a call, in just 3 seconds, you'll be live transferred to a travel consultant that has been on most or one of these trips at least. And if the person that you get on the phone has not been to the destination that you're looking to go to, it is guaranteed that someone else in the same office has been there. So if you ever need any assistance planning a trip, we know because we've actually been to these destinations. We've been on the Venice Simplon Orient Express. We've been on the Via Rail in different types of accommodations. So if you did have any questions or need any recommendations, we're definitely the people to call. Okay, awesome. Now moving on, we're starting um, on our Premier packages here, our Premier Italy package. This is the first one. In this Premier collection, we do have 12 different packages that focus on our bestsellers plus itineraries. So this 10-night premium collection of a rail journey captures the best of Italy from Milan, Verona, Venice, Bologna, Florence, and Rome. Some highlights include first-class rail travel throughout, amazing hotels, and one-of-a-kind food experiences that we do not offer in any of our other itineraries. Your clients will have, or you, I'm sorry, will have a rickshaw sightseeing tour in Milan, which is a bike tour around Milan's main attractions. You'll have a cooking class while in Verona and free access to the Romeo and Juliet Museum. And I think my favorite part about this package, you'll receive 2 nights at the Il Sogno di Giulietta Hotel in Verona, which is known as Romeo and Juliet's courtyard, or that's what it's based off of. While in Verona, you'll have a Soave and Amarone wine tour, which if you're not familiar, these are wines that are local to Verona. You'll have a Murano Burano and Tasello Islands tour while you're in Venice. You'll have a Venice boat tour and a dinner that's included. While in Bologna, you'll receive a private tour of Bologna, have a secret food tour in Florence, a full day tour of Cinque Terre. You'll have dinner, an ancient cellar visit, and wine pairing experience near the Pantheon. Have an exclusive breakfast at the Vatican before the crowds have access, and a tour of the Vatican Museum and Sistine Chapel. So this package really has the best of all that Italy has to offer, and we really highlight on the food. I mean, that's the first thing that I think of when I think about Italy. So you'll be able to have those experiences and really soak in all of these little uh, things that will make your trip really stand out for yourself. Now moving on to our Premier Scenic Switzerland package. Switzerland is one of the most idyllic and romanticized destinations in the world, especially when it comes to train travel. Our Premier Collection Scenic Switzerland itinerary has been designed around the greatest experiences that travelers can have when visiting this remarkable country. Featuring 10 days of unique and exciting adventures and the world-class rail journeys. This is the kind of the trip that you'll immediately begin daydreaming about once you return home. One of my favorite parts about this Premier package is that you'll have a one overnight stay at the top of Mount Pilatus at the Pilatus Kulm Hotel, where you'll enjoy spectacular alpine panoramas and a starry sky unlike any other. This package includes 3 iconic trains in Switzerland: the Glacier Express, the Bernina Express, and the Golden Pass line, all in first class. And we do, if you are asking, we are able to upgrade to the Excellence class in the Glacier Express as well. However, just make sure you're booking that very far in advance because it can book up um, really quickly as groups actually rent out the whole Glacier Express um, Excellence class accommodations. So definitely the farther out in advance you book that, the better. And on the Golden Pass line, you'll see here, so this train, the carriage below the Golden Pass, that's going to be their classic carriage. There is also another option for a panoramic carriage. It's just really depending on what you're looking for, what type of experience. The Golden Pass classic carriage is my favorite just because it has a lot of character, and it kind of reminds me of the Venice and Pawn Orient Express, a lot more original of a carriage. Now, just going over some of these highlights here, you'll explore Zurich's gorgeous Old Town, relax in a luxury hotel in the glamorous St. Moritz. You'll be blown away by the breathtaking scenery of the UNESCO World Heritage Bernina Express line. You'll ride the world's famous Glacier Express through the mountainous heartland of Switzerland. You'll marvel at the Matterhorn on the Gornergrat-Cog Railway. Spend one night in a lakeside chateau in Lausanne, which is the Chateau d'Auchet. I think that's how my coworkers said they pronounce it, Auchet. She's actually been there, so she told me it was very beautiful. Highly recommend. And you'll soak up the changing landscapes on board the Golden Pass line between Montreux and Lucerne. Take a scenic boat cruise on Lake Lucerne. And as I said, to top it all off really with this package, enjoying a peaceful final night at the top of Mount Pilatus that has breathtaking views across the Swiss Alps and of the night stars. So deviating a little bit, what does it mean to customize a trip? You can choose between 3 and 5-star properties at any of the hotels that we have to choose from. And we can fully FIT any pre or post cruise itineraries, or even do these in reverse. Our travel consultants will figure out the best routes for you to take while you're traveling. Now, giving you examples here, say you're planning a visit to Switzerland. Say you like one of our packages, however, you wanted to make a stop in Geneva. We could go ahead and deviate and make a stop in Geneva where it would fit best along the itinerary. Or if you booked round trip airfare from Zurich per se, we can do the package and end it back in Zurich. So that way you can get round trip airfare, which usually gives you the best price. And we can also book a trip in reverse. So say you see a post river cruise option from Basel. However, you wanted to do it as a pre-trip in Basel before you took off on your river cruise excursion. We could always reverse the itinerary so that way it would line up with your cruise option perfectly. And really, as I said, I don't think I've mentioned this, but our minimums are 1 piece of rail and 1 hotel. So as long as we meet those 2 requirements, 1 piece of rail and 1 hotel, we're able to book the rail, hotel, and tours 24 months out. Those are just our minimums. Okay, now moving on to our Premier Scotland package. Experience the most immersive 7-night rail journey on Scotland with our Premier collection. Beginning in London, you'll spend 2 incredible days enjoying exclusive activities and tours throughout the city. Then take the Caledonian Sleeper to Inverness and take part in exciting day trips to the Isle of Skye and mysterious Loch Ness. In Edinburgh, take part in a morning Scotch whisky masterclass before visiting Edinburgh Castle and going on a private tour of the Royal Yacht Britannia. Finally, your secret food tour will introduce you to Scotland's history and delicacies. Now, some more of these highlights include a London Bridge food tour while you're traveling, a Buckingham Palace tour, including a changing of the guard ceremony and afternoon tea, a London Eye champagne experience, a Superior Times lunch cruise, a Loch Ness sightseeing cruise, a Skye and Eilean Donan Castle day trip, a Scotch whiskey morning masterclass, a Skip the Line Edinburgh Castle ticket, a private tour of the Royal Yacht Britannia, and an Edinburgh afternoon food tour. Now, all of these tours that I've mentioned on these itineraries, these are all still customizable. However, this premier package really elevates your experience while you're traveling in these destinations. We are able to customize and take out or add in any other different sightseeing tours that you're looking to do. However, these are just some of our most prestigious different types of tours that we're able to provide for you. Now, why take the train? On the picture to the left, you can see how an uncomfortable and escorted tour can be for you. But on the right, you can travel in luxury and experience and take in all that the country has to offer while you are traveling. Some of these routes, for example, on the Glacier Express and the Bernina Express line, don't have any cars that are able to travel on to these places that these trains are traveling through. So this is definitely a sight you're not going to witness by doing a drive guided tour or doing your own driving while you're in any of these destinations. And you can sit back, relax, enjoy a meal and a nice glass of wine, and soak in all of the sights that these countries have to offer you. I mean, it's a little bit better than just looking at clouds while you're traveling on a plane. At least I think so. Now, moving on to our Premier Madrid and Andalusia package. Are you ready to explore the ultimate highlights of Madrid and the Andalusia region of Spain on this 9-day rail vacation? Our Premier collection features unique and incredible hotel stays and experiences that you won't find anywhere else. Visit the fabled cities of Madrid, Seville, Cordoba, and Granada via first-class train travel. So what's the showstopper of this itinerary? You'll actually be able to stay overnight inside of the Alhambra Palace, which is really a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So some of these highlights, you'll enjoy a small group night tour and learn about the passion and rhythm of flamenco in Seville. You'll discover a historic Seville Cathedral and the Giralda. Be amazed by the Alcazar, ancient synagogue, and mezquita in beautiful Cordoba. You'll be able to wonder in amazement on a private tour of the Alhambra Palace and Generalife Gardens in Granada, and stay overnight within the Alhambra Palace itself, and experience an off-the-beaten path tapas and wine tour of Madrid's local barrios. And you'll be able to relax in the comfort of the historic Host's Hotel. Now, if you did want to add on, Barcelona to this package as well, we're able to add on that at the beginning or the end or wherever fits best for your travel needs as well. And now here are just some testimonials by people that have traveled with us. As you can see, Jennifer said we made it simple for her. She was able to see so many different tours. Den said he had the perfect itinerary and we're the first choice that he always gives us a call if he's doing any European trips or Canadian trips, anything that includes the rail at all. So yeah, these are people that have actually taken our trips and just had some great things to say back. Now, just a reminder to visit our website and be sure to check out our helpful resources online. That also includes our frequently asked questions tab, our trip planning tab, and some more luggage guidelines while you're traveling aboard. And we only went over some of our most popular packages. Live on our website right now, we have 9 different premier packages. So I highly recommend taking a look at some of the other packages that we offer. We have an India package, a premier Japan package, another Switzerland, the Swiss Riviera package. So definitely take a look, as well as many more, if you would like to see any more of our premier packages. And we'll also be adding about a couple more, I believe, to our website coming up in the next couple weeks or so. So keep an eye out for that. And then just to remind you on why you will love booking with Railbookers. I mean, 3-second hold time. You won't have to deal with any long hold times when you call in. We'll be able to create you an instant quote over the phone that other um, travel suppliers, they will only be able to, you'll just get a hold of them in the time that we've created you a quote over the phone. But you can check off all those bucket list experiences, whether it be the Rocky Mountaineer or the Venice Simplon Orient Express. These bucket list itineraries can be booked far out, so that way you can, plan your dream itinerary. And you'll be able to soak in all of the sights that the train has to offer instead of looking at the clouds when you're on a plane, per se. You'll be able to soak in all these sights. And we provide you with the best value for your money. And just to highlight some of our awards that we have received over the years. So the Wheel of Fortune actually has been one of our most, popular recognition that we've received. We've been able to give away some trips on the Wheel of Fortune. That's been very exciting for us. And then we are offering an exclusive promotion. So everyone in attendance today will be receiving a voucher for $100 off of your next rail vacation with us. And all of the details will be highlighted in that promotion that's mailed to you. So emailed to you. So yeah, just give us a call if you have any questions regarding that. And make sure your email's correct. And if you don't know if it's correct, go ahead and leave it in the question box and we'll make sure that's all updated. Now, this is really the time to start planning your trips for this year or maybe even next year. So let me ask you, which destinations are you currently interested in? Did any of these stand out to you, or did you have another rail vacation that you've been interested in? Norway has been very popular itinerary that we booked as well as Ireland. I highly recommend to travel by rail in Ireland because they do actually drive on the opposite side of the road in Ireland, and their streets are very congested. So I don't recommend self-drive or doing guided tour. Definitely by taking the rail, it's just very convenient and you don't have to worry about stressing about driving in a foreign country that you don't know. And now we are offering special offers on some of these packages. So for the destination specials, for example, Switzerland on sale, Italy on sale, Canada on sale, these qualify for the discount as long as you have 5-night accommodations or more. And then the Grand Berlin, Prague, Vienna, and Budapest package, you can save $200 per couple. So these are all per couple. And don't forget, the downloadable flyers are attached to this webinar, so don't forget to download those. And we're going to move on to our question portion. So if there's anything I didn't cover right now, just feel free to leave them in the question box, and I'll be happy to answer them all right now. Let me pull that up really quickly. Just give me a minute here. Oh, awesome. So we have Gabrielle here, and oh, I'm sorry, Gabby. She said, "Hi, this is Gabby from Glacier Express. Please note that the picture you just showed of the Glacier Express is not a first class picture, but the new excellence class. Best regards." Awesome. So yeah, exactly. So as I said, they do now offer the excellence class that we do sell. Great to have you on, Gabby. And yeah, so we do offer the excellence class as well as first class options. Excellence class, you're going to get complimentary meal on board, as well as, uh, complimentary beverages. And they actually have these glasses that tip when you're doing the incline, so that your drink does not spill when you're on the Glacier Express, which I think is very cool. Okay, perfect. So Nigel asked, he said Patrick here. I'm sorry, Patrick here, best of Europe. How can you confirm Italy fares a year out? May have a group for 2021. Also, what is the average group size on these packages? Great question, Nigel. So we are actually not, we don't book any group itineraries. These are fully FIT, so independent travel. The most we can put on an itinerary is 8. If we do have any groups, we can definitely try and work something out. We just have to split them up, but we don't do any like group rates or anything like that. So um, but the reason we can guarantee the fares that far out, that's actually a really good question, is because, well, we have direct contracts with these rail. There are rail partners, and so they're able to, they know that as long as we have one hotel accommodation, that we're not selling to their commuter travelers. So as long as we have one hotel accommodation, they know that we're selling to travelers. So that way we are not competing directly with their main source of business, which is going to be their commuters that travel every day to get to their work. Perfect. And then I have Bob here asking how much is the deposit and when is the final payment due? So the deposit is $250 per person. A good question. And final payment is due 90 days out, as I said. We do also offer a trip protection option. So if you did want to use our trip protection, which I highly recommend, it would just be, the deposit would be $250 per person to lock in the price, plus the cost of trip protection. Perfect. And I have Spencer here asking, can I book online? Yeah, good question. So we don't have an online booking engine at this time, because we do use live dynamic pricing while you're on the phone. We can just give us a call. It's only the 3 seconds. You can request a quote online if you don't have time to call in. However, we'll be able to get to you the fastest if you just give us a call in the 3 seconds. So yeah, at this time, no online booking engine, just because we do have a live dynamic pricing we're dealing with, and it's a little bit more complicated for you to do yourself. Perfect. And any travel agents will also be following up with you. This is the consumer webinar, so I'll follow up with any other questions that might be related towards you. I'll give you guys a call, and that way we can get all your travel agency information set up as well. But awesome. And yeah, I highly recommend taking a look at some of our other packages that we have online. And these are just our premier packages. However, we also just have our standard packages. Highly recommend checking out some others if you have the time. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining me today. Again, my name is Melina Hanson. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, give us a call. We're happy to help, and hope to see you all soon. Have a great day. Bye bye.